Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Charles. These are my top 10 common sense reasons I am a spinning spear denier. This is part one of two parts of my top 10 common sense reasons. This video covers numbers 10 through 6. These top 10 common sense reasons will soon be made available as a PDF. Contact me if you would like a copy. Contact info will be provided in the description area. Just like you, I accepted the view of reality which I was presented. We live on a spinning spear, and gravity holds the atmosphere and oceans to the surface of the earth. Everybody I knew believed this was their reality. Just like many of you, I never seriously questioned this paradigm. I simply accepted it as presented.
Christoph, let me ask you, why do you think that Truman has never come close to discovering the true nature of his world until now?
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
The Hague for Christoph. Hello.
After all, everyone else I knew believed in a spinning spear with an atmosphere and the vast oceans stuck to the spear's surface, Velcro-like. How the oceans could be stuck to a spinning earth didn't seem possible to me, but Einstein explained all those impossibilities with gravity. Being smarter than I was about such subjects, I took Einstein's word for it. I was told E equals mc squared explained those questions I had. I didn't follow that old adage, trust but verify. I simply trusted until I started to verify for myself in April 2015. This fellow Einstein is presented and promoted as a science genius, right? What the hell do I know? When I grew up, if you wanted to check on facts for yourself, I had to go to the library or buy and read books. Although I had an extensive library, Einstein's theory of relativity wasn't a subject of interest during my younger years. However, the internet is now a vast library of information only a few clicks away. With some common sense, it's amazing what one can learn. I soon learned from Jerkness's book, Einstein, the Incorrigible Plagiarist, that Einstein was not all that he was cracked up to be. In short, we were lied to about Einstein, big time. Got me thinking. Maybe Einstein's theory is more Mel cow dung than reality. Add Einstein to all the other lies and deception I have been able to detect and verify as lies and deceit for myself, including evolution. Everything, and I mean everything, was now subject to questioning. Even the shape of the supposed spinning spear I was told we lived on, aka Earth. Common sense is found in this presentation is defined as sound and prudent judgment based on a simple perception of the situation or facts. Synonyms and related words include, and you can read these for yourself, just do a pause on the video. But you see that? My own simple perception, not the carefully managed perception we've been programmed with all our lives.
Christoph, let me ask you, why do you think that Truman has never come close to discovering the true nature of his world until now?
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
The Hague for Christoph. Hello.
So here's my common sense reason number 10 is Werner von Braun. With what I know about Werner von Braun, when he left Psalm 19:1 engraved on his gravestone, it led me to believe he left us a clue to this flat earth geocentric spinning spear heliocentric model debate. Psalm 19:1 reads, "The heavens declare the glory of God, the firmament shows his handiwork." My thinking is von Braun, who without doubt was a fairly intelligent man, he was, after all, a rocket scientist, with all his vast knowledge of NASA, the alleged space program, the moon landings, etc., he would not have put Psalm 19:1 on his gravestone to speak to us from the grave, that is, that he believed in, or at least thought there was a God, the evidence for which he saw in the heavens. Out of all the hundreds of verses von Braun could have chosen, I don't think using a passage with the word firmament included was a coincidence. My common sense tells me von Braun purposely chose this verse because the message he wanted to leave us was he believed there is a God, he created the heavens, and they declare his glory, and that there is a firmament which displays his handiwork, his skill. Common sense reason number 9. Spin. What spin? In my travels, I've been to the city-state of Singapore 3 times. Singapore is 2 degrees north of the equator. The Earth, in the spinning spear model, is alleged to be spinning around at over 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. Where I live now, the Earth is supposed to be spinning around at over 800 miles per hour. Neither where I am now, nor when I was in Singapore those 3 times, did I feel any sense of spinning or moving around at 1,000 miles per hour. One spinning globalist explained to me the reason I can't feel the motion is because the Earth's rotation around its axis is only 1 rotation per hour. That is, 1 complete rotation per day divided by 24 hours equals 1 rotation per hour. And with a rotation rate that slow, the movement can't be felt. That is a red herring logical fallacy because the issue isn't the rate of rotation once per hour, but the speed of the rotation, which is still over 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. If we were sitting on a merry-go-round with a circumference of 24,500 miles, and it went in a complete circle once every day, it would still be spinning around at 1,000 miles per hour. If I was on the outer edge of that merry-go-round, I'm sure I would feel the motion, just like I feel the motion when I stick my hand outside a vehicle traveling at 80 miles per hour. Consequently, my common sense tells me I am not on a spinning spear, spinning around on its axis at over 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. Common sense reason number 8. Runways don't move. I am a pilot. Never once in my training was any curvature of the earth or the spinning of the earth ever mentioned. Never once came up. I never once, while landing, had to compensate for the runway shifting to the east at 1,000 miles per hour, or 16.6 feet per minute, or almost 50 feet on a 3-minute final approach. 50 feet is the width of many runways at smaller airports, like the home airport I flew out of in Northern California. Never once did I adjust for the shifting of the runway under the plane while landing. In all my flights and commercial flights, never once did I observe the pilot making adjustments for the spinning of the earth beneath the plane while landing. From my own personal experience as a pilot, and from my own personal experience while a passenger on commercial flights, my common sense tells me we don't live on a spear spinning around at over 1,000 miles per hour. Common sense reason number 7. Curvature. What curvature? Neither did I ever once, while flying, have to adjust the trim of my plane for any alleged curvature of the earth. Once at flight level, I would most often set the autopilot for straight and level flight and release any control pressures by using the trim tabs for hands-off flight. If there were curvature to the earth, I would have had to be constantly adjusting the controls to maintain straight and level flight. Here's the horizon. You want to keep your plane straight and level to that horizon. This is a flat and level earth beneath you. From personal experience, flying my own plane, I never once had to adjust my plane to compensate for any alleged curvature of the earth said to be 8 inches per mile squared. For example, 50 miles would be 50 times 50 times 8 equals 20,000 inches divided by 12 inches to the foot equals 1666.6 feet. Therefore, my common sense tells me there is no curvature of the earth. Common sense reason number 6. Big Dipper, 50 years later. Spinning spear globalists tell us the earth is orbiting the sun at 67,000 miles per hour, while the sun is orbiting around the center of the Milky Way galaxy, moving at an average velocity of 515,000 miles per hour. When I was a boy growing up in Michigan, I could look north on most cloudless nights and see the North Star and the Big Dipper. I remember looking at the stars and the constellations all the time. And even then I believed in a God who made the heavens and the earth. And I looked up there and I just thought, wow, we have an awesome God. Why is it after the earth and the sun have allegedly traveled billions and billions of miles, light years, through space, I can still look north, whether I'm in Fairbanks, Alaska, which I have been, Prince George, British Columbia, in Canada, where I've been, or northwest Montana, and still see the North Star and the Big Dipper in the exact same place I could 50 years ago. On the flat earth model, where the stars are set within the firmament, seeing the North Star and the Big Dipper in the exact same location after 50 years makes sense to me. Common sense tells me that we are not spinning around and around the sun at 67,000 miles per hour, and the sun is not spinning around the Milky Way galaxy at over 500,000 miles per hour. This concludes part 1 of 2 parts of the top 10 common sense reasons I am a spinning spear denier. Thank you for watching. If you do, please like, subscribe, and share. As time allows, I add content to my website and my blog, and the material is related, the content is related to the Anglo-Israel message I see in Scripture.